maybe the most aesthetic physique around. He is one of the sport's best posers, and he loves to play off of the audience, and he's doing just that right now.
It was the physique of Bob Paris in 1983 that originally got me to really holistically get involved with bodybuilding.
In the golden era of bodybuilding, one name stood out not just for raw muscle, but for pure artistry: Bob Paris. Flex magazine even voted him the most aesthetic bodybuilder of the 20th century in 2006. To this day, his prime physique represents the epitome of male beauty. Whether it was fame or fortune, Bob had it all: numerous modeling contracts and a highly profitable bodybuilding career.
23 years of age, a 30-year difference. He was a former Mr. America and a former Mr. Universe, an aspiring Mr. Olympia. A big hand for Bob Paris.
But being a gay bodybuilder made him lose about 80% of the contracts. After all, he was the pioneer who openly came out as gay at the peak of his career.
The repercussions were tremendous. I lost about 80% of my business, literally had doors closed in my face.
The 1983 National Bodybuilding Heavyweight Champion, Bob Paris.
Having won both the titles of Mr. Universe and Mr. America in 1983, he went on to become one of the greatest bodybuilders in history. But what happened to him, and where is he now? So, if you want to learn more about Bob Paris, stay with me till the end of the video. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. Born on December 14, 1959, Paris grew up in Brown County in Columbus, Indiana. From an early age, he was both athletic and artistic. He excelled in several sports, including track and field, golf, and football. Similarly, he also wrote numerous short stories. However, it was during his high school sophomore year that Bob started experimenting with weight training, quickly gaining size and strength.
Well, I discovered weight training accidentally, and it had happened during a time I was 17 years old. I saw a cover of Arnold on what was, it's now Muscle and Fitness, what was then Muscle, Builder, and Power, something like that, at the newsstand. I'd already been weight training a little bit. I thought, oh, that's interesting. And so I very rapidly made this shift and began to train very seriously. And as the seriousness increased, so did my sense that I was going to survive, that I was going to make it through what seemed like a really difficult time period.
Chasing a dream, he moved to Los Angeles, California with ambitions of becoming an elite-level bodybuilder, actor, and writer. In those early days, he worked odd jobs and even slept in his car. But his striking looks and charisma soon got him noticed. Within just 2 years of arriving in California, he won the NPC Mr. Los Angeles in 1981, and then Mr. Southern California a year later. His physique was often compared to that of legendary bodybuilder Frank Zane, but Paris forged his own identity. At 6 feet tall with flawless symmetry, Paris earned the nickname the Flawless Marvel. He redefined what it meant to have the perfect body, proving that muscle could be both powerful and breathtakingly beautiful. Bob's peak came in 1983, winning both the National Championships Mr. America and the IFBB World Championships Mr. Universe.
What a satisfaction.
I feel great. I can't tell you how I feel. It's a really, it's a whole year build-up, and it's released all in one day. I really feel good.
This victory cemented his name in history. It's often said that he was the second most popular bodybuilder after Arnold Schwarzenegger, who had entirely redefined the sport. Unlike the massive physique seen today, Bob emphasized aesthetics and symmetry over size and mass. During his decade-long career, Bob competed in IFBB Mr. Olympia 5 times. He retired twice from competition, first in 1985 for 2 years and finally retiring in 1991. But his physique is still regarded as the gold standard for those who prioritize symmetry and grace. Bob Paris wasn't just a bodybuilding champion, he was a pioneer for personal authenticity. In the late 1980s, Bob met Rod Jackson in a gym in Colorado. The two held a Unitarian ceremony on July 22, 1989, even though gay marriage wasn't legally recognized at the time. But the duo became instant symbols for gay marriage. Shortly afterward, Bob came out publicly, first in an interview with Iron Man magazine in 1989, and then famously on the Oprah Winfrey Show.
Why not just stay in the closet? I mean, you're bodybuilding, Mr. Universe.
You fall in love, and when Rod and I met, we found a spiritual bond between each other. And you develop this relationship and this move toward marriage. From the time I came out to myself at around 21, I very quickly came out to everyone, my family, my friends, the people who ran my sport. I wanted to be very upfront as I was, and this was very early in my career, but that I was, when that came out, I was going to be the first pro athlete in any sport who came out and still was active in his sport.
Thus, he became the first active professional athlete in any sport to publicly come out as gay. The public celebrated his athleticism. Given his towering popularity, many advised him to stay silent and not openly discuss his gay orientation. But Bob chose authenticity over fear. At the peak of his career, Bob made his announcement, risking it all. However, coming out as a gay athlete came with a heavy price for Bob Paris. He lost 80% of his contracts, endorsements, and bookings. He also faced life-threatening hate mails and calls. As if that wasn't enough, his relationship with Rod Jackson also began to unravel. Paris later reflected,
Being in the public eye definitely had an adverse effect on my relationship with my ex-partner. We were very different people. We had very different ideas in our approaches toward the world. I tried my best to continuously keep the relationship going, even when I knew better. I felt I would be letting down the cause.
Despite the hardship, Bob remained calm and fought his battle in silence. Then, in early 1997, he met Brian LeFurgey, who would later become his life partner. They first met at a bodybuilding show in Houston, where Brian was already familiar with Bob's achievements. After dating for a few years, they moved to Canada and were married in Vancouver, British Columbia, in 2003. Shortly afterward, their marriage was legalized when Bob also became a Canadian citizen. Bob didn't just leave a mark on bodybuilding. He maintained his passion for the arts. During his initial retirement, he studied at the prestigious Stella Adler Studio of Acting and trained with top acting coaches like Arthur Mendoza. He even appeared in TV series like ABC's Defying Gravity.
You understand this is a highly restricted area.
No, I had no idea.
And that the government of Peru has given us the authority to detain anyone who violates that space for as long as we deem necessary.
As a writer, Bob authored several fitness books, including Beyond Built, Flawless, Natural Fitness, and Prime. His powerful memoir, Gorilla Suit, is considered one of the finest books about coming of age in the world of bodybuilding. After years in the limelight, Bob now lives a private life with his husband. His legacy reminds us that true greatness isn't just about how you look. It's about who you are. It's about bravery, authenticity, and creating a life true to oneself, no matter the cost. If you enjoyed this story, hit that like button, subscribe, and tell us, who else should we cover next?